And we are recording.
Welcome back to our 6th episode with our very special guest,
the Riddler. Are you sure we're on the 6th episode? Like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I checked.
We figured that out.
I checked it. And now this is the part of the show where it goes downhill. Okay, so first question. The first question is, Cheetos or a hike?
Cheetos, without a doubt.
Very nice.
Oh, who doesn't like Cheetos at all?
Right?
Exactly. Dennis, your turn.
Okay.
That's a legit question I wrote down.
Here's my first question for you, Riddler buddy, old pal. What is the one thing you want people to know about your characters?
This is the one thing I want people to know about my characters.
Yes.
Well, do you want me to list off something from all of my characters, or just select few of them?
Just pick and choose, man. You can do one, you can do all, you can do 5.
Okay. Well, for starters, I'm currently in most of Kel right now. Kel is my, I think, least known character, even though he was my first, because I kind of just used him as, and the thing I guess I can tell you guys about him is I designed him or brought him into TikTok originally just to be the prey of all of the demons and vampires and werewolves and monsters that are on in Syndicate and in all of TikTok. So there's so many of them, right? There's so many characters that everyone wants to be the badass. Everyone wants to be, the guy, terrorizing someone or beating up on someone. And I noticed that on TikTok, there was no alternate to that. There was
There's nobody who wants to get beat up.
Right. And so I created the bumbling warlock pirate guy, and I gave him all of those titles for different reasons, but the primary reason being now I can fit him into different genres. He can be a pirate, or he can be a warlock, or or whatever. So it's very open-ended. That's how I create most of my characters. Actually, I make them very open-ended. But so that's something that I kind of wanted to get out there with Kel. Kel has a huge backstory that literally no one knows about, but it's perfectly fine because he was designed for one purpose: to die. So that works out for him, and it works out for everyone else on TikTok. George is the most well-known character because he's the bartender of Syndicate, and he started off as a butler. He started off as a human butler on TikTok. He was not a vampire. I simply made him a vampire because I was watching all these other people, and all these other people have fangs, and I was just like, well, you're just at least 20% hotter with fangs. So I wanted to test it out, and I bought some fangs, and sure enough, there he is. And he's also got a backstory now, but when I originally created him, that's what he was. He was just a human butler, and then when Syndicate started to form, it was just coming out, maybe 27,000 views total. It's very new. I contacted Mosley, and I was like, hey, you have this bar with all these really kick-ass people hanging out there. Why don't you have a bartender? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to be a bartender. So just kind of grew from there. The other characters are kind of just there, my Angel OC. I don't have a name for him yet because he's not officially Michael, but I only created him because Lucian, who's Screeching Carnifex on TikTok, he has the Michael auditions for, he's giving away the role of Damien's brother, Michael. He's got this whole storyline written out, and he's got a Discord server for Damien's Cult, which is a huge thing on TikTok now, and so I'm sort of just I'm auditioning for the role. So whether or not I get it, that OC will stay, but I don't know if it's going to be Michael or if it's just going to be something else that's an Angel. Who knows?
Makes sense.
All I know is I got I had to wait 2 months to get all the things in for both Michael and Bahamut, and it was added on when I had another TikToker named Hara. She messaged me and she was like, so I've got these contacts. Do you just want them? I was like, yes. Free contacts? I'll gladly take those. So I got like a pair of yellow contacts and a pair of red contacts, and I've made them work for the character. So that's really nice. And Bahamut was designed because I originally was making a dragon because it was going to be part of the backstory for Kel. And I was going to name him Drax, and he had like this whole thing. He was going to be like a red dragon and all that. But then when the Ancient Gods tag showed up, I immediately contacted Anubis and was like, I'm about 90% done with a dragon already. Can I just name it Bahamut and roll with it? And he was like, yeah, man, you would make a great Bahamut. And so I did my research and changed up how Bahamut looked a little bit, and then finally released him like 2 months after the tag came out. It was super late, but again, I had to wait for the stuff to come in. So it was like right before the holidays. It was just a mess.
Yeah.
So nothing too secretive about most of my characters, but I mean, there's still plenty to kind of give out. George still has his whole vampire backstory because he's an ancient vampire now. That's going to get revealed with when I do some stuff with Solomon. Since he created an ancient vampire, I contacted him and was like, "Hey, you wanna do some ancient vampire stuff together?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we're in the planning for that. And then Kel, of course, has literally his entire backstory that no one knows about. So, and it might Kel. I guess this is another thing I can tell you guys about him. This character might actually die, like for real die. I might be pulling up the towel, or as it were, with him. If the storyline works the way it does, we'll see. Currently RPing it in a Discord.
Makes sense.
So fun times. So there you go. I think those are all my characters, right? I don't have any other C's yet.
No.
Like one coming up, and yeah, that's it. Man, I'm lazy when it comes to doing OCs. I've only got 4. There's Lady Slayer over here, like, I got 27 furry characters, and I'm like, really?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
How do you design these characters?
I think I have 5.
I have 10.
That's just a lot to get
All
to,
mine
wrap
are
my
just
head
for-
around.
Yeah, because like
One guy. Yes, I have him on a stick. His head is on a stick. Don't question it.
He's on the stick.
He is Skeleton Man on a stick.
he's basic that thing you're holding around is like how it's basically from Jeff Dunham.
Yes.
Jose Jalapeno.
Jalapeno on a stick.
I'm not happy on Halloween.
Jalapeno.
Because there's no costumes for a stick.
Yep. All right.
You can go as a corn dog.
Number 2.
Oh yeah, it's my turn now. We should. We're not sponsored by Jeff Denham.
We're not.
Awesome. That'd
But
be
you
awesome
can
if
be.
we were. But we can be. We can. Anyway, so
Jeff?
if you had to cosplay like a canon character, like from like a TV show or a movie, like who would you choose?
Well, I have done cosplays in the past of some of my favorite like anime characters. I did for a long time. I did Seto Kaiba. Super easy. I mean, not super easy, but yeah, you get the suit and the wig down and the attitude. The attitude is the most important part. That's the thing that really gets people. You have to, and it almost sucks to a degree because you have to be a dick to everyone around you, and people love that. But then like some people, like if I'm fully at a convention when I'm dressed up as Seto Kaiba, I'm full character. Like I've got the deck. Like if people want to battle me, I basically make fun of them the whole time. And there are certain people that people want to take pictures with me, and I give them a hard time about it. And it's super great for me. And there's the occasional person that gets like a little sensitive about it. Like, can you just drop it for a second? I'm like, all right, that's fine. But I haven't done. But yeah, Seto Kaiba is like one of my favorite like designed characters. I don't know why. He seems poorly designed in the anime world. He's just straight up like a douchebag, and he's not great at what he does, even though he's great at what he does. He cheats a lot.
Yukimoto.
But yeah, he he's just he's got like a nice like flair about him. He's always turned on. You know, it's super great. I would also love to do later on Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be a good time to just walk around as an old man. Just give like words of wisdom to people.
Yep. My second question is TikTok the only place you do your OCs?
The original characters, no. And I have to say that because Kel was originally designed not on TikTok. Kel was designed when I was like maybe 14 years old. He started as strictly a wizard in the Harry Potter world. Back when we were doing like Harry Potter roleplay was huge on websites and on things like Yahoo Chat. I'm sure is not even close to. You guys probably don't even know what that is, but that was like it was like AOL Instant Messenger basically is what it was, and it was roleplay. And I actually roleplayed Kel's lifespan from like really early on in his childhood at like 10, obviously when he goes to the school, to his death. I roleplayed all of it in like multiple different forums for many years. And then a couple years back, maybe 3 years now, I joined Dagger here, which is like the foam sword fighting LARPing thing. And I needed a character, and I was like, well, I need a character and a name, so I just called myself Kel and donned a bunch of stuff people gave me, and sure enough, there he is. So when you see Kel the pirate on here, well, I mean, I'm a pirate technically IRL. Whenever I play him as Kel at Dagger here, and most of that outfit, if not all of it, is from my Dagger here unit. So like the red, for example, this tie and the red is something completely different. It's something I added on for TikTok. But anytime you see like any of the purple stuff, the belts, the black shirt, the pirate hat, all of that stuff is from Dagger here. So outside of TikTok, I mostly do, Kel at Dagger here.
That's awesome.
Yep.
This kind of goes into something that you were touching on a little bit, but do you have any other OCs planned to do? Yeah. I mean, just like most of the other people that have done the demons and so forth, I kind of want to eventually make a werewolf. Eventually, want to make a demon. Demon is a little harder to do because it's going to require a whole different set of horns and wig and all that stuff. Werewolf, I have some kind of like furry stuff to wear. So I think I'm gonna roll with that and just like mash it together and see what happens. But I definitely want to do a werewolf because werewolves are cool, and I have an idea. Other than that, not really. Oh, I take that back. There is one more. Someone hasn't released the tag yet, but there is another tag I'm joining. It's like a smaller tag. I can't literally tell you anything about it, but I do know that it is in the works, and I already have my outfit. Like it's good to go, and it was like a month ago, and I haven't released it yet because he hasn't released the tag. I'm like, ugh.
The struggle, is it?
Just waiting on you, buddy. Just waiting on you.
Makes sense.
Okay. My third question is, how are you and your OC alike, and how are they different?
Which one?
Whichever one you want to talk about.
Like anyone you want to talk about.
I feel like whenever someone makes an original character, there's always a piece of them that is inside of that character, right? And people do it for different reasons. You've got people like Savvy who literally like get into the mindset of the character and become the character. It's literally like when you see it, Eldora and Asmodeus and all them, that is basically her or him. Like they take over her mind state. And so to a much bigger degree with people like that, it's hard to say, oh, is there a piece of it, because it's literally them, but for me, it's mostly a costume, right? I don't I just create the character, I design it, but of course I'm going to have some kind of pieces of myself into it. Otherwise it'd be very difficult to role play the character, to be able to, I'm faking it at that point. And in my viewpoint, it's really easy to see when someone's faking something that they can't do or something that they are not. So George, for example, is I mean, I am an older individual. I have a mustache and a beard, so I have to. Whenever I make original characters, I sort of have to go with an older genre of people. And I've always liked wearing suit and ties. Like it's just, and that's as simple as that. Like I really liked watching. I really enjoy butlers in any scenario, in any anime I watch or anything like that. I enjoy. In The Greatest Showman, the bartender himself was also like all snazzed up, and I really, really loved that. That might have actually been like the primary go-to for me moving George into Syndicate as a bartender, because I saw that the whole suaveness of him, and I was like, yes, he's so good. I love that man. Just like flinging cups around and stuff and being all fancy is great. So I have I mean, I've been raised in certain areas where it's like upper middle class. So I've gone to the balls. I've gone to those things as well that my family has brought me into. So that's where George kind of fits in, because I understand the suaveness and how to be polite to people and how to deal with people in a professional setting. And Kel is much more of my fantasy side. It's very much more goofy. It's more entertaining. It's more, I never got a chance to wear the pirate outfit until I started becoming Kel and Dagger here. All of my stuff when I was younger was, all of my nerdisms had to be bottled up. I was the kid at the cafeteria playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And getting insulted and made fun of by the jocks and socialites, just so that all you young guys that are nerds can do that socially and be accepted. So this is just a lot of Kel. I actually like Kel more than any other character because I want to put a lot of effort into him, but two, because of that, like I can express a lot more of my nerdisms with this magical creature that is still human. But there's that. Oh yeah, fun fact, I actually really enjoy humans in any like sci-fi or fantasy adventure. Like I find them to be the most interesting out of anything else. Like you look at elves and dwarves and other creatures of other sci-fi universes, and typically the race themselves always they have some outliers, but for the most part they have like a stereotypical, this is the hard-hitting race and this is the magical race and this is the intelligent race, whereas humans are the most diverse. They can do almost any of that, if not to a smaller degree. And it's also fun to see like how they interact with those races.
Yeah,
I find the politics of that to be way more interesting than most other things in a sci-fi universe. That's why most of my characters that I write and make are human. It's also why Kel and George started off as human.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty good story.
And to kind of go back to how nowadays nerds are kind of more
common,
yeah. Somebody at my college class gave me this just for the pure reason.
What? Get out of town.
For the reason that they did not want it. And they thought it looked too demonic as well.
That's
I think it's Spawn.
Yeah, it has to be Spawn.
Yeah, Spawn. Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
For some reason, I think it's Slade, and that's not Slade at all. It's yeah.
And I was like,
Spawn.
Sure, why not? That's awesome. I'll take it. They're like, it looks too demonic. I'm like, then you should.
Why did he have that in the first place? Where did he get it from?
That's a good question. Like,
I don't know. Like the lady was like, hey, I have this. I think it was like her son's, or like if she has a son. I don't know. I barely knew her. She was like, hey, you look like you like nerdy, weird, creepy things. Here, have this. I'm like,
maybe
okay.
She was trying to out herself as a nerd. You dropped the ball on it. Should have looked her right in the eye and been like, I know you like this. What's next? You doing Spider-Man next? We gonna talk about this? Who's your favorite X-Men? Don't lie to me. You know what this is.
Yeah. But going to the question that is on here.
Number 4.
Yeah. Thank you. Why did you start TikTok in the first place?
Why did I start TikTok? I have a friend who lives nearby-ish, and he's sort of a celebrity in his own right in terms of he does videos, and he does like video editing and stuff, and he just makes like goofy stuff. He makes various things for the Smash Brothers community. And he makes just like, he'll make like a fake movie trailer, or he'll make like a small episode just for fun, you know.
Yeah.
And he added me to one of his later videos back in, was it July, August? Yeah, it was like July. He just added me on to 2 of his videos, and one of them I was like an important protagonist in it. I was like, I played a cop or something. And that was the first time I had been in front of a camera and or on a stage in years, because I had done theater, like musical theater, all my life up until college. I even went to college for musical theater. And then I switched to business because I found out that musical theater doesn't make any money. I was also young, and like the whole politics behind it was like a little daunting for me. And I didn't have a thick skin at the time, so I wasn't able to handle it. But so naturally I went into business, right? Of course, you don't need a thick skin for that.
Yeah.
What the heck? Anyway, so yeah, I did those videos with him, and I was like, man, I really, really enjoyed doing these videos, like making these videos with you. That was really cool. And I wanted to be in a lot more, right? So, I was just randomly browsing through maybe like Instagram or Facebook or something, and I saw an ad for TikTok, and I just clicked on it. It was like that stupid little green frog that like did a dance or whatever.
Yeah.
I clicked on it, installed the app, and looked at it and went, oh, these are just small 15-second videos. This is cool. So that's how I started doing it. I just started doing, I didn't go in designed to like make original characters or anything like that. Like my early stuff, you don't see any of that stuff because I was just being me. And I was solely practicing being in front of a camera so that I could do more work with my buddy Calvin. Calvin is the guy, if you guys saw my 10K video with the caramel dancing, Calvin's the guy who did that. Like I hired him to do my 10K video, but that's what he does. He does video editing and he makes videos and stuff. So that's how I started. I just started with only wanting to like be in front of a camera and practice, and I just put the videos up. And they weren't getting like popular or anything. It was like 7 likes or something at best for most of them. But over time, as I started to improve, I told myself, okay, well, I need to give myself more goals, and I need to give myself something to reach for. And so I started to look up these other like cosplayers and stuff, and I started seeing these like demon people and whatnot. And I went, okay, like let's see if I can get this person's attention. And so I would start to I would duet that person's thing, and if sometimes they wouldn't like it at all, and then I would tell myself, okay, well, it wasn't good enough to grab their attention. That's fine. I'll just improve, figure out what I need to do, what I did wrong, and do it again. And I did it. And it was a long, arduous process, but I got there. But yeah, that's why I started TikTok, and for the most part, is still why I'm doing TikTok. I just want to keep improving myself in front of a camera. I don't know where it's going to take me in life. It's not like I'm going to school for broadcasting, or I don't plan on being in front of a camera professionally. But at the same time, like, how can you really plan for that? I guess, unless you want to be a meteorologist when you grow up, you sort of just have to do it. Practice being an actor, and then you can, something will come along and help you out. I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I've been an actor, well, school-wise, for 4 years. And I've been doing it from every time I started getting my interest after one of my cool friends got me interested in theater by going our first play, which was The Trial of Ebenezer Scrooge, which was my first show. And I never had stage fright because, technically, the first time I went on stage was during my middle school year. I was doing this thing called the lip sync. The sort of lip sync, it's where basically you put on music and you lip sync it to the song, kind of like a face like TikTok, like you're lip syncing to a song and you're singing and all that. And the audience started liking
live TikTok.
This is way before TikTok, like my time of year.
Yeah, I had that thing on mine.
Yeah.
What was the name of that show?
The sync battle.
No, what was the name of your first play? What was it called?
Oh, The Trial of Ebenezer Scrooge.
That's right, The Trial of Ebenezer. That's funny because when I was very little, my very first play ever was Mother Goose Accused of Rhyme Crime. And it was basically Mother Goose being on trial for...
Oh, shit.
That's very coincidental.
Right. And so when I first did the sort of lip sync before I did my plays, I started like being on stage. I was like, okay, I'll think I'll do it next year. And I did in my 8th grade year. And I started liking it. And then when my best friend showed me acting, I was like, let's do it. I'll do it. And then that's when I got my acting skills from stage work. And I'm still doing a lot of acting, on TikTok as well. So. And, okay, back to my question. Did you create your OC for TikTok, or did you already do it? Which you kind of already did explain it.
Kind of already explained. Yeah, Kel was way before TikTok, and George was sort of just spur of the moment. It's really easy. I don't even really consider him an original character. Like up until I gave him the fangs, it was literally just me in a suit and tie. Like,
right.
Put myself in a suit and tie and then just like drain myself of like emotions other than just being irritable all the time and go. Like,
yeah,
pretty easy to do.
Right.
Okay, then that was the fastest question of today.
Bam.
Question number 5.
Knocking these out.
Well, I'm going to do kind of like a combo one because they kind of go together. What was like the hardest thing making a new original character and getting into a character? Like
Makeup.
Like the makeup and stuff.
Makeup. Oh my god. I made a video a while ago, like really early on into and that was my first like big video. I was super excited when it hit 1K. It just blew my mind. And it took a while to get there. But one of my early videos, it was just me walking around being like, getting into cosplay is really hard. And it was just me making fun of the fact that I was a lazy cosplayer. I was like, time to do makeup. And I'm done. Like, it just didn't take, like, do I use the black pants or the black pants? Like, what tie am I supposed to wear? It's always the red tie. Like, it was just me making fun of the fact that I was the laziest freaking cosplayer ever. So when I got into Bahamut, doing stuff for Bahamut and for Michael, or the Angel OC, it was super, super daunting. That's part of the reason why I was okay with waiting for all this Bahamut stuff to come up, because I had no idea what I was doing. Like, I did 2 lives where I was like practicing putting makeup on my face, and it was nothing. It was nothing like stage makeup, basically. Like, stage makeup was a lot easier. You could just put on the foundation, the primary foundation, and most of the time when I was younger, I just had someone else do it for me anyway. But and I'm good. I guess I'm good at putting eyeliner on. I guess I'm not afraid of it, so I'm okay at that. But for the most part, that's really all it was back in the stage days. And I couldn't even put a lot of eyeliner on my face back in the stage days because I have blue eyes. And if you put too much eyeliner on a person's face that has blue eyes, when the spotlight hits you, your eyes turn black. It's very dark for some reason. I don't know why. So I had to be very light on my makeup, back in the stage days. So with this, it was like I had to put on the moisturizer and the primer and the foundation, and then I had to put on like the face or the body paint stuff, like the red, and then contour it out. So it did, I had to learn how to contour, and even that, I don't really know how to contour. I just understand it. Just there's a different word for it. It's blending, and all I got to do is just stab my face with the brush until it works, until it looks a lot less like I just smeared paint on myself. And that's about the extent that I've learned. It's just that. And then I had to put like the fishnets on my face and then get like even more stuff on there. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a nightmare. It took me like an hour and a half to do. And I could have swore I effed it up when I did it, but like I took it off, feeling a little bit proud of myself because I spent a good deal of time on it, went slow with it. But that is why you won't see Bahamut as much as, say, George, who can literally just throw on the suit and be done with it. And Kel is even easier because it's a little harder of an outfit with the bracers and all that stuff. But I don't have to go anywhere for Kel either. Whereas with George, if I want to have the bar scene, I have to go somewhere else. I don't have the bar at my house. It's elsewhere. So I have to go for that. It's like an hour away. But I mean, I make like 12 videos while I'm there because it's not like being in front of a camera with all of that shit on you is way harder than just like being at the bar. Plus, I'm at a bar at that point. I can just like take a break a little, and then I'm good to go after a couple.
Right. And yeah, I totally get the lazy part of it because my dude is 2 masks and a jacket.
Yeah. You know what the easiest cosplay was? Easiest and hardest cosplay was at the exact same time for me? Santa Claus. Because Santa Claus, super warm, just like super hot, like really just like, I was just covered in this super clothy outfit. But it was super easy because I just had to put the wig on my face to be the beard, and then you couldn't see my mouth move. So I never had to learn how to lip sync any of those parts. I just had to move my head whenever I needed to talk, and that was it. Super easy than memorizing all these words, but at the same time, it was like after every video, I had to be like, oh, this is so tired. Just like take the mask off and like breathe. It's difficult and also easy at the same time.
I remember when you were just of a Santa Claus, I did a duet with you when you were doing the Markiplier slapping. I went like this, and I'm just like, oh my god, I had to do it. I'm like, I had to do it.
Yep.
And when I did it, it came out so good.
I didn't get too many duets from that particular video, which is really surprising.
Really? I would have thought that would have gotten a lot more.
Yeah.
I got a lot.
His duet as well.
I got a lot of duets from children. And that was my favorite part of doing Santa Claus, because if you're under 13, you're not allowed on TikTok. So there was a lot, like well over 300 duets from these kids. And it was super great because I now have well over 300 people that are blocked from my account.
Nice. So now you know who they are.
I didn't have to find them. They just had to come to me. And I just...
Santa Claus, the bait of the small children.
Yeah, it was a bait is what it was. I didn't realize it was bait, but it was bait.
Santa Claus versus Moses in an epic rap battle.
See, I never got a chance to find that, but I will probably be saving that.
I made that audio. I had to make that.
Oh, okay, excellent.
Yeah, so
I wanted epic rap battle.
If you want to find it, it's right there. It's just look for me and Santa.
Okay.
The other two, I didn't have the belly in, so it was just like a thin Santa. Well, thin.
That's fine.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I plan to up my game next year. The Santa Claus outfit I had was literally, I found it in my basement. It was in, I think it was my parents at one point or something. But I had a bunch of people moving shit into my house left and right, and it was just in a suitcase. And I opened up the suitcase, and there was just this Santa suit inside. And there was a brief moment, it was dirty, so it was a brief moment where I was just going to throw it away, because this was when I was reconstructing my whole basement to become like my studio for TikTok. And I walked upstairs to my roommate, and I was like, am I going to throw away this Santa suit? And he looked at me and went, why would you even consider that? Of course you're going to keep the Santa suit. And I was like, all right, you're right.
You convinced me. You pulled my leg.
Sure enough, it turned out to be pretty entertaining to use. So
yeah. My fifth question is, what do you think is the biggest misconception about you or your OCs?
Misconception. That I'm actually a bartender. I'm actually not a bartender. I don't know. I think I don't know if it's really a misconception, but I guess I'm just not used to the idea of people considering me like famous or someone that's like not approachable. Because I ran into that when I went to OhioCon last weekend, and it was just very like there were people that came up to me and were like really excited to see me, and I was breaking people IRL. Like I break people all the time on TikTok. I'll go in organically and find some people and join in their lives, and they freak out. But that's also cool, but it's just like a whole weird surreal experience when people are like breaking in front of you. Like, I know who you are, but I don't want to talk to you. And I'm like, I'm just a dude that drinks, man. Like I don't know. Like
oh yeah, you did say
I'm just a dude. I'm really just like I have I'm never used to this. I'm not used to this at all. So it's like I think that's like the biggest thing that people need to. I do more than drink, but I'm just saying like more people need to get over the fact that like I have been gaining popularity and just like talk to me because that's all I want. Like I wouldn't be popular without, the fans. That doesn't make any sense why I would ignore you or why I would consider myself any better than you because I knew where I came from. I don't know about other TikTokers. I know there are some TikTokers that already have like this incredible talent to edit videos or do like really crazy fun stuff, and they'll make 6 videos and get 20,000 fans. But like I started from nothing, and I used the work ethic that I have, and I got to where I am now. So I see no reason why anyone should not want to or not feel like they need to walk up to me and say hi.
Right. Yeah, like same thing with me. Like I think I went live like a while ago, like during the summertime, and when you came in, because I saw your videos, man. Like I saw all the videos that you did from back then. I just like started liking your videos, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna like this person, but I'm also gonna follow this person because I like his content. I love what he does. He deserves to get all the love, and that's what I did. And then when you appeared on my live, I was like, shit.
And it kind of works the other way around too. Like when I see, maybe it's just me because I am so unamused by most things in life that like I had a friend of mine literally buy me a shirt that says "not impressed" on it because that's just who I am. Like it takes a lot to impress me or to get me to have like a strong reaction. But like when I see other people, like I see some super great content creators like Dirty Shinobi and Dragon and all that. And while they are impressive, it's still like I look at it and I go, okay, well, if I put enough work into it, I could do that exact same thing. Like it's not belittling their work at all because they have put the work in and they are phenomenal. But it's not enough to the point where I'm like gonna fangasm and fangirl over things. So like that's probably why I believe that like people should be able to see me at like the same level as that because I personally believe anyone can achieve what I can achieve if they just put any kind of work into it. I'm not saying you should because you live your own life. You do whatever you want to do. But I personally don't see what I do as so amazingly hard to do that it's impossible for someone else to accomplish.
Right. Next question from Brandon.
Oh, it's my turn? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, like my brain is like
just pumping them out.
Pump it. Like my brain was like, okay, I just did I swear to God, I did do it with the Santa Claus video. I can't fucking find it. It's like, where'd it go? I probably didn't post it yet. And then I did this one.
To lift me up, you sweet and I saw that one. Shadowling. Zephora is just great. I love that. Her name is Kitsnia the Small on TikTok. I'm just trying not to bring the group down here. And she's fantastic. She's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I just thought that was so funny. I was like, I need to do this. I need to. I will die if I don't or something.
And I think I only got like maybe 3 or 4 duets off of that video. Believe it or not.
Like, excuse me. It's not one of the questions, but it's like that's very, very weird. It's like the ones that you're like, okay, this is gonna do very, very well, and then it's like, and it doesn't.
And it's exactly how it works.
Just like, then one like you just half-ass do, and then it's like number 1. I'm like, what?
People like to watch the goofy half-ass stuff, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get that same thing all the time. Like one of the most popular videos I've done was the what was it? It was a dance or something like that, and I did the dance where the audio where I was doing like moving my head around, put some fingers on my face, doing like this, and it got to like number 3 on the thing. I was like, what the frick are you guys doing to me?
My number 1 Bahamut video was just the one where I was like breathing some vape into the camera for a little while. It was the Mushu video. And it was like popped on. I'm like, look at Mushu! Wow! It's like that's the most popular one. And it's just me goofing off. Like, oh, all right, that's what people want to see. I understand.
Do we really have that one?
Yeah.
Did I actually put two of the same question on here?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I might have. To be honest.
Have
you ever gone outside in an OC before? Or no, I think we touched on that.
All the time. Well, one, because of Kel.
Yeah.
I'm quite literally outside camping with Kel. So and not only like am I in the encampment in like the environment surrounded by everyone else that's in cosplay, but or whatever outfit you want to call it, but I do go to like, you know, I'm driving there, so I'm in my outfit and I'll drop by Walmart or something and Speedway and grab some stuff to drink. And George again is just a suit and tie. So even though it's a snazzier suit and tie, you know, some people might give me a strange look when they see the giant gold vest, but I mean, it's just a suit and tie.
Yeah.
Right.
It's super easy for me to work out in. I don't know if I'm ever going to walk around in Bahamut unless it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
But then again, that's not necessarily because of nerves, because I don't care what people think about me, but like it's mostly because if I'm going to be getting into that makeup, I'm going to be doing videos. Like, I want to get as much out of it as possible so that I can take it off and not have to worry about it for another month, you know?
Speaking of the Santa one, I wanted to...
My word, these soldiers have begun a terrible row.
That's the one.
I am sorry.
Like when I
didn't mean to do that.
Oh my God, I posted it. I'm losing my mind. I'm sorry.
Santa had a couple of some iterations of him.
Yeah. And then one time I tried to create an OC, like a good one, where it was me with also a top hat.
I love top hats. That's great.
Yeah. Like I did that. And
I wish I had one, to be honest.
Yeah, I still have it, but then at some point later I might just add this hat. You can see the spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one.
Ooh.
That I would have gone with.
Or I remember the caption. There it is. Found it.
Found it.
Let's pause.
Oh yeah.
As it's paused.
Why is it lagging so badly?
Oh, you duetted that on top of it. I don't think I've even seen that. Generic way of looking at it is if I liked your video, then I saw it. If not, then I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember I did because I was like, Santa, run! He didn't mean. And then I was telling your character, like, he didn't mean to. He said sorry.
I know. And then actually no, this was the video I'm talking about with the dance. It has over 219.1K, and it's me doing this.
How was that one?
That is way more than any video I've done so far.
That's literally what I'm doing, and it has 4.6K hearts. Like, what the heck?
Oh, 4.6. Okay. What is my highest like count? I don't know. I think it's
unless you're on a different account, you have to like actually go through and look through every single one.
Yeah.
No, you can. You should. At least it used to be. If you click, if you're watching a video, you should be able to scroll right, and it should take you to the list of videos, like your videos, but with the heart count.
Yeah, I don't think.
I didn't.
Sure.
I never noticed that before. Didn't know that actually.
Check that real quick. I actually don't know if that's still a thing.
It's like
it might be. I don't know.
It's literally me as Draco just laying in a chair, like passed out, and then just JJ just starts shooting at Savvy, and then you're just like, "What is this? What is going on in my bar?
What is this? Okay, I know.
On bar?
There's like one video that's like really high up there.
So loud.
For no good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe they got rid of that option. Yeah, you can still do the thing where you can click on your video and then scroll right so it'll go to your account, but for some reason they got rid of the ability for you to see all of your all of hearts instead of the views, which is weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
So a video that I have that is still getting likes to this day is at 8.2 thousand likes.
Nice.
That's blocked.
I'm like, why?
It's creative.
Because puppet and Final Phrase puppet, I was like, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I can do a small little joke. I was not expecting it to blow up as much as it does. I still get notifications to this day, and that was a while ago, of people being like, "Hey, I like this." I'm like, "Why?" I did this like offhandedly. So the next time the person was in that character, I duetted again. Next time I could, as the same dude, and it didn't do as well. And I was like, "What? Do you like the pun? Do you like the weird pun I pulled up?"
What's your next question?
Oh yeah, Dennis' turn. Sorry, we're just rattling on.
I know you've got another interview to do, so I wanted to make sure you.
Oh no, we have like a whole hour in between, so you're fine.
Let's go.
Might not get through all of them, but I want to get through the 2 funny ones though.
That's fine.
I think it was your turn, wasn't it?
You're assuming I'm funny.
Oh no, it's my turn.
Well, I'll
try to
do
be as dull as possible.
Here's a good one I got for you. What's the best compliment you've ever gotten on your posts?
What's the best compliment? Because I love him so much, someone once posted, "You could be the next Robin Williams." And that was perhaps the best compliment someone could have given me, because I love Robin Williams. I'm obsessed over that man, and I miss him. But to have someone like compare me to the genius that is that man is just like mind-boggling.
Yeah. And then here's another video with you.
I got an impossible amount of duets from that video, dude. An impossible amount.
I know.
I'm planning on doing that one too. It's like a few. I have like a few that I'm planning on doing.
I have many duetable things. Whenever I make videos with George, I try very hard to make as many duetable as possible. And it's kind of difficult sometimes because like I almost never have to search for audio for George, because since he's the bartender of Syndicate, or at least the head bartender, so many people want to do videos with him, right? And so I will get mentions all the time with all of this great audio, and I don't feel bad about it anymore, but there have been multiple times where I will take that audio and then use it as like a solo to have other people duet, and I kind of feel bad because like that person was sort of expecting a duet from me to them.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't duet. I can't. If I duetted every single video, not only would I not have any sound bites because all of the sound bites would be taken, but my entire account would be nothing but duets.
Yeah.
So I try to pick and choose the ones that I feel like I could do the best, like bouncing off of the people, regardless of fan count, and then I pick the ones that that I think I would be better in a duettable situation, and throw those out.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Then here's another one.
Did you have a good day? Yeah. No, shut up.
I didn't get a lot of those either.
Really?
But it was a good video.
Yeah,
I love those.
And all I said was, "Why did you put them in the vegetable steamer?"
Okay, so I'm good. I'm gonna do the 2 funny ones, and then we should probably start wrapping it up.
Okay, that's fine.
Just because it's like we only have so much time in the day. Well, actually, we have other questions, but they're generic questions, not the funny ones.
Yeah.
Would you keep a pet zombie or kill it?
Kill it.
That's fast.
No risks.
Okay.
That.
All right.
Then, do you like cats?
No. I like Nico girls, the cat ear girls. I despise cats. Cats are evil, and they only love you when they want to love you, and you feed them and take care of them. I mean, you should be taking care of your pets no matter what, but still, you could show your pet all the love in the world. Nothing would give you an air of F you, I'm done. You could be petting it 1 minute, and another minute it's just like, I'm done with you.
Yeah, they do that.
I'm sorry. If I'm gonna have a pet, it's gonna be a GMO dog, and it's gonna be loving me all the time.
Yeah.
More power to your decisions. Now it's just like the ending questions of, did you have fun?
Always. I did enjoy this. This was a lot of fun.
Good job. You you followed the one rule that we have.
That's right.
Have fun.
Now, would you ever come back?
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind coming back. I wouldn't mind doing interviews with other people. It'd be great. I had no idea when you guys first asked me on I think it was Instagram you messaged me about it. I had no idea that it was you two, that it was Dadams and Springtrap. Like, I already know who you two are. I thought it was just like some random people contacting me, and I was so when I first
it's
found
funny because like whenever I send out the thing, I always put, "Hi, I'm Springtrap 1123."
Yeah, it just didn't bother to. I either didn't see it or it just didn't happen that one time. So I didn't know you were Springtrap until today. And fun story, you are the very first, and I remember this because it's a milestone. You were the very first person to ever enter my first live.
Where?
Springtrap. Springtrap was the very first person to ever enter my very first live.
Yes.
I remember this because I'm good at remembering milestones.
Woo! Well then,
So I'm really happy I got to talk to you guys.
But
Yeah.
okay, that's awesome. Sorry I blinked about that. But
I have a last question.
He has a
and
last
then
question.
The other
Okay.
thing would be, who would you like us to interview next? Or in the future?
You 100%. I mean, I have several options.
Oh, go ahead, spout them off.
Being a part of the Syndicate family has opened my eyes to a lot of great individuals. The person you should 100% do though, Dragon Daddy cosplay.
Oh,
Yeah.
He is my favorite man on there. He is a young blood. He's like in his teens still, but he is phenomenal. He's phenomenal with cosplaying, with makeuping, and he's just a really great person to talk to. So
I love the pumpkin that he does. I love the pumpkin guy that he does.
Mellowbrook is top tier.
Yes.
If you can't get a hold of him, my favorite OC in all of TikTok is Doc Shock, also known as Shannon Carruthers on TikTok.
We are actually interviewing him.
That is another
on
person
Sunday.
you should get.
We're actually interviewing him on Sunday. So.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go.
So yeah, so awesome, and that will be awesome, and I think that's it for the questions we ask everybody at the end of the episode.
Yep.
So,
Dadams, do you have a question?
What?
Yeah, it was. I think it was something else we forgot to say is, do the videos that you make that you like the best get the most likes, or are they the ones that surprise you?
I'm mostly surprised by the amount of likes I get on any of my videos.
Yeah.
Like I explained to you guys where I came from in TikTok, why I started doing it. So there's a part of me that expects all of my videos to blow up because I don't put out content I don't like. If I don't like the video I put out, like I put them out going, okay, this is going to be good. You know, I do have a little bit of pride. I have a lot of pride in my work. I have a little bit of pride in myself. But at the same time, I don't go in, expecting too much. So when I see I have the one George video, it was like a glitch video, and it's now at like almost 13K likes, and it just blowing my mind. I mean, like, why? What did I do differently in that video than all the other videos? So I'll have to, it's just research. I got to take a look at that. So yeah, that's the answer to that question.
That's awesome, and that's all that we have for right now.
Cool.
But we would love to have you back some other time, and in the future. Then, other than that, thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell icon, and all links to me, Dennis, and the Riddler will be in the description below. And the funniest thing is, our last episode was with Harley Quinn, and now we have the Riddler. That's
apparently the person that I did the TikTok ad with, so that actually really works out.
Yep. Yeah, I'm like, okay, but again, thank you, and I hope you all have a good day or night wherever you are, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.